Hey guys, how's it going? Hope you guys are doing well as always, and I'm back with another video, and this time it's gonna be a round 3 aka part 3 for the Clash of Kings tournament hosted by Vision. And if you have not checked out my round 1 of the Clash of Kings, you should, because this is a series and it's better to watch from part 1 all the way to the end, otherwise you're gonna be missing out on some good action. And if you're not familiar with the Clash of Kings, it's a tournament hosted by Vision, and if you want more information about it, you should follow Vision on their Twitter and on their Twitch. And also, if you look at the screen, you can see my opponent is actually Sokage, and if you are familiar with this name, it's probably because you have heard him probably from the Vanguard Wikipedia site, because he is the admin from there. And also, do me a favor and check out his social media links as well. He do have a YouTube channel, so do make sure to check it out, and all the links will be in the description box down below as usual. So enough talking, let's head into the match. Okay, so as you can see, the first match is going to be MLB versus Perfect Riser, and in my opinion, MLB have a better edge against it, just because it's showcase based, and because of that, Perfect Riser rearguard columns need a booster to hit my Vanguard, but his Perfect Riser will be good because it's going to be 23k when he attack and during his turn. So as you can see, my hand is pretty solid. I did decide to throw at least one Blaster Dart away. I think I should just throw one instead of two, because I just need to search a Blaster Blade and then my hand will be complete. But beside that, the only thing I'm missing is PGs. So let's see how this plays out. And I did go first, so that's really good. And I probably should ride Maron, just because Riser's grade 1 is 7k and 6k. And if he don't have his 6k, he's gonna ride his 7k, and if he ride his 7k, he would have need to boost with his better Riser. And that's good, because when he do that during his grade 2 turn, then he will need a booster again, because their Riser card base power is really low, but their skill to boost their power, like this grade 1 Riser you see right now, if you have a better Riser with the same column as this unit, it gains 6000 power. But he did decide to pass on the first turn, so pretty smart of him, because normally you should pass if you're going second. And sadly, I'm missing my Blaster Blade. I can't really remember if I managed to get it. But the fact that I draw a grade 1 and I have a better Veer, that means I can push for even more damage next turn, since I can make a perfect 19k column against his 8k base Vanguard. And it's smart that he decided to not call any rearguards, because he know that I might deny the second damage to him, because if he call rearguard, I might actually just I might actually just ride MLB and then just swing it to his rearguard, and that's it. And by doing so, I can prevent his Perfect Riser from getting his better Riser by paying the cost, which is Counter Blast 2. So pretty smart of him. And we did top deck our Blaster Blade. Oh wow, that's really good. That's amazing. And let's see, if I want to go for the safe play, I will call my Battlefield. If not, if I'm feeling risky, I will just call two of the blades, 2 of the blasters. And I did decide to go for the safe play, because if he get a trigger here, I can still hit through his Vanguard. And here it's looking pretty good. We can potentially push him to 5 if he don't have any PG, and sadly he didn't check any defensive trigger as well, so pretty unfortunate for him. And here no triggers, and we did check a PG, so that's 1 PG down to the bottom of the deck. Not good to see, because against Perfect Riser, like I say, you want to have your PG, otherwise you might actually lose even though you are in a good position. And he did have his PG, so here I'm hoping that he don't have any more, because if he don't have any more, I might potentially finish him off on my next turn. And here you can see the Perfect Riser right. And here he's gonna search for a better Riser for free. And here I'm pretty sure he can set up his Perfect Riser skill. He just needs 2 Risers. Technically only 1, since the better Riser is free. And here he goes, 23k MLB during his turn. And here he did decide to call grade 3s instead of grade 2, so I'm pretty happy to see. But those are good grade 3 because of the numbers, it's pretty much perfect. that 10k is actually a 13k attacker, and a 11k pair with a 6k is a perfect 17k column against an MLB, and that's really good. And I reap another PG. That's really sad to see because I only left 2 PG in my deck. Only left 2. And if I don't finish him off next turn, I might actually lose the game. And you get a draw, okay. And here I either need to twin drive a heal, or at least top deck a grade 2. And when I say damage check a heal, I don't mean like right now because I can't heal. On my third check, I need to damage check my heal on my fourth check, and we did top deck our PG, so that is pretty lucky of us, since we only left 2. And okay, this hand is not too bad, to be honest. So let's see what I do here. I think I might just call MLB. Okay, that's okay. I did decide to use Lian's skill, which is interesting. And I draw a Maron. The reason why I use Lian's skill is probably because I know that whatever I draw, I can still attack it. Because if I draw a Great 1, I can use it to boost my K. But I did decide to save on my Maron, which is interesting. And here you get a trigger. And that is a huge factor because if I don't get a trigger, this is where it's going to be a deciding factor whether I win or lose. And I actually didn't check any trigger. So I feel like because of this play, I actually lose the game. Because that heal damage trigger for him, right? Even though he didn't heal, but he did manage to stop an MLB attack, which is attacking for 2 damage. So that is a huge trigger that he checked there. Like I said in all my videos, checking triggers at the correct timing is more important, or even better than checking a heal trigger in general. And here, he still doesn't have any more grade 2s, so that's good. And I still have PG, that means I will survive. That means we can still hope to finish off the game next turn. And here he checked no trigger, really good to see. And as long as if he don't have 2 triggers, not 2 triggers, 2 PGs in his hand, we will have win the game. He probably should swing my rearguard though, but he swing my Vanguard. And I feel like, oh, that's another PG gone to our damage zone. So total 3 PG wasted, but luckily we did manage to use 1. And I say he did decide to not attack my rearguard. Probably because he have 2 PG, otherwise he should attack my rearguard. And here, I use Lian's skill again. That's interesting. I'm probably hoping to join the grade 2. And I did. And I feel like the Lian skill is pretty good just because I don't need a boosters on one of my column since it can attack his Vanguard. And here I swing my Vanguard first because it is the correct order, and I just need to get a trigger to guarantee an attack through using my rearguard later on. And here I twin drive nothing again, and let's see. Is he gonna get another damage trigger to stop another attack? And he did, so wow, okay. So he don't even need 2 PGs, he just need triggers at the right timing, and this is probably the reason why I lose. Firstly, he checked the 2 triggers at the perfect timing. And yeah, but if he have his PG in his hand, we will have not win either ways. But like I say, the heal trigger damage check on the previous turn that stopped my MLB attack is huge. And that probably cost me the game. And here, the only way we survive is if we get a triple heal. And I actually have 3 heals triggered in my deck, so I'm really hoping for that to happen. But the odds of that is super low because I have never triple heal a single time in my life playing this game. Maximum is double heal, triple heal I have never done it before, so I don't think I'll do it here as well. And that is game 1 going to Soul Kage, so GG's for that. So moving to round 2, it's probably going to be MLB versus MLB, since I do want to try to get a win with my MLB instead of using my OTT, which I probably should, to be honest, because OTT control the game really well. Yep. So MLB mirror match is pretty simple. Who start first and get off his combo first will be in a good spot, unless the player going second have more PG than the player going first. And yeah, pretty solid hand. I just need a great one because I don't really want to run my PG, but at the same time I do want to keep my Blaster Duck and my Star Call Trumpeter, and this guarantees my combo because I have a great 2 to ride and I have 2 of the blasters I need. And I did top deck my Mao, which is huge because like I say, running PG against a mirror match is something you absolutely do not want to do. And I did decide to not use my gun slot skill because I don't really want to check my heal right now. And he ride a PG, and that is really good to see on my side. And let's see if he did decide to give us the damage, because normally against MLB mirror match, you want to give the damage to your opponent if you want to use your own Wing Goblin skill. So he did decide to give me a damage because he want to use his Wing Goblin skill, like I say, and I reap another PG. So if you notice that both game, I reap a lot of PG, mainly because they go into my damage zone. And here I did decide to save my Star Call Trumpeter, but because I can use my Wing Goblin skill anyways, and I can search for Blaster Duck where I need it. But if I did check a heal, it's going to be pretty risky, but I did decide to go and take the risk. And Star Call is pretty good in late game just because it guarantees you an extra interceptor. And here I'm really hoping that he checked a heal trigger, but otherwise it's all good. And he did decide to return his gun slot, so that's interesting because the odds of him checking heal trigger is even higher now, but he didn't check it. So the reason why he returned his gun slot is probably because he wanted to check his heal trigger when I set up my combo, which is this turn right now. And I just need a booster, and I did draw it to make a perfect 3 attack. Because if I don't draw the booster, I can only attack twice, but now I can attack 3 times. But the only punish by attacking 3 times is I can't twin drive and check a heal. Because if I attack 3 times, it's going to be at 3, and if I check a heal trigger, I can't utilize the heal efficiently. And here I did decide to hold off with my booster, which is really disciplined of me, because since he get a trigger, I can't push it anyways. And I'm gonna put him to 4, which is a really good damage count in my opinion. 4 is where you want to leave MLB at in mirror match, and he did check a heal, so the heal that he returned pay off because it's gonna be at 3 now, and he probably have his MLB. And if he have his MLB, he's gonna trigger my PG, and if he do so, I won't have any more PG on my next turn, and potentially I might lose on my next turn. So let's see what he does. Pretty sure he have his blasters he needed. And also, I just realized he didn't use his Ring Out Wave skill, which is interesting, probably because he had everything he need, and he want a booster behind his Vanguard. So here I'm hoping that he don't have Maron, or else he can push me to 4 and then swing with his Vanguard. And luckily he don't, so we are only going to 3. And another PG, wow! It's the same exact situation as the last game. 2 PG went to my damage zone. Jesus. So that's pretty unfortunate to see, especially against deck that have base crit of 2. And that's another PG check for our opponent. That means he only left 2 PG since he did write 1. And here we activate our PG because we don't have a choice. So here I really need a great 1, and I did not draw into it. Because if I have a great 1, I can swing my rearguard first and then push my Vanguard into his Vanguard and hope that he don't get a trigger. And here I did decide to use my Star Call skill to secure another interceptor for myself. And here I really want to check a heal trigger. Otherwise I will just die to a Blaster Blade. And he did have his PG, okay. And I also checked my last PG, that means he know that my hand don't have any more PG, so I guess the booster behind his Vanguard is what win him the game, because now he can swing with his Spear Guard into my Vanguard, and now I'll become 17, and because of the booster he will be at 17 as well when he attacked. And like I said, he probably has Blaster Blade to go for the kill. Yep. And here I either need a heal on my 5th or 6th check, or a defensive trigger right now. Because if we can survive this turn, we can probably win on our next turn because we have our Blaster Blade and our Maron to make perfect numbers. And we did check a heal, which I'm not going to complain because I really need the trigger power, which is the extra 5000. And now I'm really hoping that he don't check a trigger. So I'm praying to God. And he did check a heal, so big yikes for us, and I think this pretty much sealed up the game. Yep, and that's game. GG's to our opponent, taking 2-0 victory over us. Sadly, you do not want to see that, but he did win, and yeah, good games to him. And I guess this should be it. Do remember to check out all the links in my description box down below, and as usual, make sure to leave a comment down below saying how you feel about my gameplay, whether you think I should do something differently or not. And yeah, this should be it. Thank you for watching and stay tuned for the next video. Goodbye.